Hello, welcome to the Recovery Engineering Lab. Today we're talking about something I hear constantly. Not necessarily a complaint, just a real life question. Why did my massage chair feel amazing at first and now it just feels different? Not broken, not dead, just different. And instead of trying to explain it myself, I wanted to talk it through with someone actually living it. Thanks so much for being here, Gracie.
Thanks for having me. And yes, this is absolutely me.
Okay, great. Well, tell me what's going on.
When we first bought the chair, it felt intense. The stretch was deep, the rollers felt powerful. Now, maybe 6 months later, it still works fine, but it doesn't hit the same. And I keep wondering, is it already wearing out?
Okay, so that is such a common thought. Let me ask you something first. Has it stopped functioning in any way?
No, everything works, programs run, no weird noises.
Okay, awesome. So that's important because if everything is functioning normally, what you're describing is not usually failure, it's something else. Actually, it can be two different things.
Two?
That's right. So you've got the mechanical side to things, and then you've got the biological side to things. Let's start with the mechanical. So, your massage chair is a mechanical system operating under load. It's pushing against your muscle every time you use it.
So, like, it's working harder than I think.
Absolutely. Over thousands of sessions, small parts will settle, belts will loosen slightly, bearings will wear, gears can shift microscopically. Not dramatically, but enough to where things can feel a little smoother.
So, smoother might feel weaker.
That's correct. So, brand new mechanical systems often have a sharper feel. After months of use, they can feel more broken in.
Does the motor actually lose strength?
There's something called torque, which means rotational force. Torque determines how firmly rollers are going to press against your muscles. So, in some of the lower quality systems, long term stress, heat, those can affect consistency. But even when torque stays stable, people still report what you're describing.
So, if it's not mechanical, then what?
It is your nervous system adapting. You do use the same programs every time.
Yes, the exact same one.
That's extremely common. So your brain recognizes pattern. At first, you have the stimulation feels intense because it's new. But after repetition, your nervous system becomes familiar with it.
Like when you spray cologne and stop smelling it.
Exactly. So your brain filters predictable input. That's called neural adaptation. The pressure might be the same, but your perception changes.
So, what do most people do when this happens?
Most people will increase the intensity.
That's exactly what I did.
Okay. So when um, you have that intensity, you're changing up in the intensity without variation. That's not going to solve your problem because you've got the adaptation part to it. Variation is going to be what helps there.
So, what does variation look like?
That's where you're going to want to switch the programs. You're going to change your intensity levels, adjust your session length, alternate your focus areas, and even taking a break to reset that perception.
So, when should someone actually be concerned?
So you should be concerned if you notice an unusual noise. You've got some sudden loss of function, error codes, or jerky, inconsistent motion. That's when you're going to want to contact support. Gradual change in sensation alone isn't usually is usually normal system evolution plus biology. So, yeah, so if your chair feels different after a few months, it doesn't automatically mean it's failing. It could be normal mechanical settling, neural adaptation, or all three. Understanding the difference changes how you respond. Thanks so much for joining us, Gracie. On our next episode, we're tackling another question, 4D, and what does it actually mean? Does it represent real engineering or just terminology? Thanks so much for joining us on the Recovery Engineering Lab. We will see you next time.